It is February 4th, 2023, and I am doing this video. Um, I'm trying to make it a short one, but it's really hard. My daughter got her phone taken the other day, and the policy is get your phone taken away. You have to pay $15, or you have to have the phone in there for 7 days, which is really 11 days. I tried several times to tell them I don't have $15 to give y'all, and my child needs her phone. Several days I did this calmly. Several days I got no callbacks, no returns. My child came home several times without her phone. Well, I had time today. Not today. I had time on that day to call them up and tell them I need y'all to finally speak to somebody again. Not the right people, but I spoke to somebody and told them she needs her phone. I don't have $15. And at this point in time, I don't feel like the need to have to embarrass myself and tell you why I don't have $15. And the fact that my child lives in a neighborhood that has gunshots going off every day, she needs her phone because sometimes I'm not home. That should really just be enough, but apparently it wasn't. So, you know what happens when they don't like what you're saying to them and you don't like what they're saying to you. I didn't get belligerent. I don't do that. When I'm angry, I'm a Sag moon, so when I'm angry, it's all intellect. It's all passion and intellect. So, in logic, Aquarius ascendant. But I say that to say that when I was hung up on, and when I called back, the same thing. Well, it's our policy, and our assistant principal says it's our policy and we're not budging on that. Okay. I said, y'all not gonna like me if I come down here in this same energy. I'm calm, I'm talking calmly now, but just know my voice was not as calm as it is right now. And my words were quick and sharp, and to the point, nothing disrespectful. I told them though, if I gotta come down there, it's gonna be the same energy. Wow. They still didn't budge. So guess what? It was the same energy. So I went down there and, you know, told the lady right there by the metal detectors who I needed to speak to about my child's phone. Well, oh, they're coming for you. Well, they should be. They should be ready. The assistant principal, I see them walking from the hallway. The assistant principal with a school police escort with him. I'm not intimidated. Don't give a fuck about none of this shit. He comes. He's about 6'3", 6'4", 350, 400 pounds. Bald, blue-eyed white man with a superiority complex, as well as, the normal entitlement that they think they have. And he had the superiority, I'm above you, look in his face. And if anybody who's had encountered things like this understand what I'm talking about, condescending tone, just the whole thing that we all have at some point probably dealt with these individuals. And yeah, so which is where we get really frustrated, where people like us start to get quote unquote emotional or irrational in their mind. But stuff you can't prove in court, right? Because condescending tones and body languages don't win over in court. But proceeded to tell me about this policy and this is that, and we can't do nothing for you and all this other stuff. But when I start talking about theft of property, and how y'all don't have any jurisdiction that federal law and things of that nature have jurisdiction over all this stuff that you're talking about. These policies aren't laws. And so I stated I stated you really need to do yeah, it was illegal to take her phone and then charge me for it. Take my phone, my property, steal my property, and then charge me for it and hold it for. Now, I didn't say this then, but it's called a ransom. 18 U.S. Code 1202, subsection 1202, or something like that, regards to kidnapping or holding or stealing property and demanding money for it. Is called a ransom. So, yeah. So, anyways, while I was in there inside the building, I went ahead and explained, like, told him about, it's against the law. You need to give me your phone. I say I shouldn't have to sit here, come to you, begging and pleading and trying to tell you and being embarrassed to tell you about my story of why I can't afford $15 and why she needs her phone. Because I said, my child lives in a neighborhood that gunshots go off damn near every day. And I'm not home sometimes, and I need to contact my child. I say if something happened to my child and she ain't got no phone because y'all stole it for 11 days, and demanding $15 from me that I don't have. If something happens to my child, I'm coming for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming for you. If she can't reach me and contact me, I'm coming for you. Then you're going to be responsible. And his look changed a little bit. Because I'm looking you dead in your eyes, and I'm not afraid of you or nothing of that nature. So I'm going to look you dead in your eyes. And I don't even need to blink, because at the end of the day, I mean, I don't need to blink because blinking apparently scares the shit out of me. Not blinking scares people. But I be dead ass serious. When I look you in the eyes, I'm looking through your soul. And you're going to see all my ancestors through my eyes. And that's why I do what I do. So when I stare you in the eyes and I'm reading you, it ain't just me reading you. It's my ancestors coming through. My ancestors coming through me. So yeah, I'm going to look you dead in your eyes, especially when you dead wrong and I know I'm good. So, and they don't like that. People in general, when they getting their ass handed to them, I realize if you look them in their eyes and you justify by your actions, they can't handle that shit. It's hard to look somebody in their eyes when you fucked up and they're not. But anyway, so he said, "Oh, what's the articles and all this other stuff?" I say, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Do your own research. It ain't my job to educate you. And so he didn't like that either. Anyway, so eventually I walked outside with them because he was trying to tell me to leave. And I said no, because I'm not doing anything and my child is in here. I'm not doing anything to hurt you. I'm speaking. And everybody in here needs to hear things too. So again, need to hear everything I'm saying. You're not gonna sit there and do that's how y'all do. You get us separated and then there ain't no witnesses to corroborate the story. So I'm good. Corroborate. But yeah, ultimately there's a lot more that was said and stuff, but I don't want to make this video too long. You know, if we don't become aware of these laws and aware of our rights and stand by our rights and stand up for the injustice that is happening to us, even on this small scale, because y'all think this is small, this is not small. If there's a mother who can't afford $15, but she got a child who she got to work every day, and that child got to come home by herself every day. And I'm not saying that this is all my situation, but this is a lot of situations. And that child lives in a neighborhood that ain't necessarily the best. Or in general, the child on the school, with all the shit going on, the child needs to have a phone on their hip at all times. Put restrictions on it. If you don't want them doing certain things, put restriction on it. Ain't that serious. But yeah, you're gonna incapacitate my child to be able to call me. You're gonna make her more vulnerable because she can't call me. And all because you want $15 that I can't give you. It take me $15 to put gas in my car to even get down here. Or whatever the case may be. It's bigger. It's bigger. And that's why we have to stand up for this shit. Because if we keep following it, it's just gonna keep happening. We're gonna continue to get whipped with whip with whips and locked down with chains. Um, yeah, there's so much to say about this topic, because it can go down into a lot of things. Like, I don't know if y'all know, but the school district in Austin, and find out it's inclined to, racked up like $100,000 in school phone fees, and the $100,000 that they racked up in phone fees, it can't even be used to improve the school. It has to be used like a fundraiser money, like for pizza parties or some kind of shit like that at school, which isn't beneficial to our children. So you're charging money from people who are poor, barely making it, and then you're not even using it to educate them better or program them better. Yeah, this whole system, 1111. This whole thing is crooked, and we're falling victim to it, and it really don't need to be no more. If we don't start to get our own schools, y'all, we have to have our own schools. If we don't get our own schools, they gonna ruin us. They gonna continue to program them with the shit that they want them to have. We need to rise up, get our own shit. I don't understand how when the fucking I don't understand when Black Wall Street fell, we didn't rise back up. We're always rising back up. Why we didn't rise up then? Because we was afraid. We gotta let go of fear. They're actually more scared of us than we are of them. And y'all can say however y'all want to say this. It ain't no racial thing, because the truth be told, even they asses don't realize they being handed down, that shit handed down to them. So they got a superiority complex, and they shouldn't even be one. Shouldn't even have one. Cause how you gonna have a superiority complex and you still don't even realize you still stuck under the same system a little bit. You still being lied to. But you got a superiority complex against me and mine. Anyways, I don't know. I feel like I was just venting at this point, but I really am tired of us just sitting back taking all the kind of shit that we take. They lie to you, and because you don't want to do your research, or because you want to be complacent, you choose to just follow their rules. But if you don't stand for something, you stand for nothing. I stand for doing what's right for me, doing what's right for my children, do what's right for humanity in general. I don't want to be continued for us to have to be lied to and used and abused. It's really sickening, and I don't like bullies, y'all. I really don't like bullies. So that 6'4" bully got something else he got to deal with me on Monday with. But that's another thing. Yeah, man, rise up, y'all. Realize that this shit, the matrix that people like to talk about, and I don't even really want to get into that shit either, but the matrix is pretty much all the lies we've been told and how we've been told to follow it. But there's truth out there, you just have to find it. So I've been ranting for 13 minutes now. I'm gonna cut this video. There's so much more to talk about with all this, but y'all just do y'all research. Understand, when they take your phone, it's considered theft, and when they demand you to pay for it, your stuff is considered a ransom, and it's illegal, and it has more jurisdiction than the school policies. And the money goes nowhere. Money does not go to better the school or better the children. It goes to have pizza parties. It's fundraiser money. Yeah. Rise up. I'll just know. Also, I want to make sure I say this. You know that, I don't know if people pay attention, but if I was to take my child out of that school and want to educate her the way I want her to be educated, they'll come after me, put me in jail, and then take my children away. Because they say I'm being neglectful, when What I'm actually doing is the ultimate form of love and not allowing y'all to suck my child dry of who she is and to try to conform her to be something different. I'm good on all that, you know. When this whole, I can't wait for this whole shit to fall apart. But again, this message has been going on for 15 minutes. I hope y'all look at it. I hope y'all understand. I hope it gives y'all something to think about. But other than that, if you don't, I don't care. Bye.